Sharks. My name's Kevin Tibbs. And I'm Tim Barklage. We're the founders of Better Life, and we're requesting $400,000 in exchange for 7% equity stake.
Whoa.
Better Life is a unique line of cleaning products that will revolutionize the way people think about cleaning. Our products are natural, they're safe, and they work better than the chemical cleaning products in the market today. Tim and I both have young kids the same ages. When our kids started crawling around the floor and putting everything into their mouths, we really became concerned about the products we had in our home. And with Kevin being a formulation chemist, I put him to the challenge to create something that was safe and effective. Tim and I are going to show you just how well they work. You think soap scum and hard water stains are tough? This is spray paint on this tile right here. All right, we're going to put some of our cleaning product. And this product, it's a cream scrub, no harsh chemicals. There are no fumes to this product. And it's completely safe. You don't need gloves, gas masks, anything like that. Now that's from a plant-based product. This is what we're talking.
That's incredible, plant-based product. Because like I would expect it to be like we used Coca-Cola or something to get it off the ground.
Unbelievable cleaning. Now, this is really impressive. This is a head-to-head competition against a national leading brand chemical disinfectant. First thing we're going to do is take raw chicken and we're going to spread it across this piece of countertop. Stop the magic. Now I'm going to swab that surface and put it in this meter, and this is going to show us what's left behind. Any reading over 200 is a dirty surface, and we get 8,840. So as you might imagine, we've got raw chicken here. This is a very dirty surface. Now, Tim is going to take this leading brand chemical cleaner, which is a disinfectant. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to swab that side. And we get a reading of 433. Now,
wow,
I want Tim
that's
to clean
terrible.
This side of the countertop with our whatever cleaner, all natural. There are no fumes in this product. I'm going to swab that surface. 44. And the funny thing.
Ding, ding. How cool is that? That's some results there.
thing I want to point out here is on this product, it is covered with warning statements. It even says on the back that you need to wash with soap and water after you've used this product. It's a cleaning product. I want to point out one thing. Not only do we do a better job, but these products are safe. How safe, you ask? That's safe.
That's some commitment. I like it.
You've been selling those products? We launched about a little over 4 years ago.
And how much have you sold last year?
In the last 12 months, we've done about 2.1 million in sales.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
And who do you sell it to, please?
One of our biggest customers is Whole Foods, regional grocery chains across the country, places like Crate and Barrel as well.
What do you sell it for?
$5.99 to $6.99.
I wonder if it's still $5.99, $6.99. This was back in season, what is it, season 5. It probably is a bit more than that at this point. Now that they're season 12. Let's see.
Look at it.
Please.
What is your net?
Are you, Lori? Are you gonna try it? Are you gonna spray it? You gonna take the spray test?
115,000
taste test?
pre-tax.
115,000. Okay,
Pre-tax.
so your net's about 5%.
A little more than that, but why are you netting
Wow.
so little?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually 7%, but we're dumping everything into our brand. We have very, very little debt.
Is there anything proprietary about your formulation?
There is. But the reality is, JP, can't you do a chemical report on it easily to get the formula? No. They can. But I've been a formulation chemist for 15 years, and I can tell you that reverse engineering is not so easy. Cash flow positive, so the question is going to be, what do you need our money for? Well, we are financially very healthy, but we're not simply looking for a financial partner. We're looking for a strategic partner. And do you think that any one of us want to get out of bed for 7%?
So let me pause it right there, Chip. I think that your first off, applause, right? Like, let's give them some claps because it's incredible to be able to do 2.1 in the last, across their last 12 months, at all, and but only netting about 5% at the end of the day is still rough, right? That's a tough pill to swallow, especially as a shark that wants a lot more money. I mean, geez, even at that point, so it's they're talking about like $105,000 profit after. I assume I assume that means that they've paid everybody, at the end of the day. They've paid everybody, all the bills are paid, and they're still at 105%. Now, what they didn't bring up is how much equity do they actually own at this point, and have they given away a lot of it to get where they're at? I'm going to say, because he's a chemical engineer, probably not that much. Probably not that much, because he, A, had income, and B, was able to produce the product himself. What do you think, Chip?
Yeah, man. I don't know. That whole net's not very much.
No.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
No, it does make it. Does make it difficult, and I'm wondering if the 7% is because maybe they have given more away, and they said they're looking for a strategic partner. So I don't know. Let's find out.
In your space, the all-natural, non-chemical, are you the largest player, or is there somebody larger?
I don't know that there are any.
You're the only guy that can spray it in your mouth and then clean the walls with it.
Well, we'll go into the hospital.
I like you. You're fantastic. I'm going to make you an offer.
Ooh.
Because I am the queen of lightning speed into all retail. My offer is going to be $400,000 for 17%, and I have a direct door policy right into Bed Bath & Beyond. And I also think that QVC would be a great place to put the product as well.
I would never do that.
That's-
17% is
that's one
insane.
store that you know.
That's
Little Scrub.
pointless.
You know my little Scrub Daddy sponge?
I've heard of that.
We in 8 months have hit 13 million in sales.
Ding, ding. Now, look, she's trying to sell the deal here, right? She's trying to sell herself and the deal to these guys, and why she's worth an extra 10%, which dilutes their valuation a pretty healthy bit there. So let's put it in perspective. Like, you're trying to figure out whether or not this is a good deal for yourself. I think to me it comes down to the valuation doesn't matter so much if you own most of the company. So if they owe 50%, you split 17 down the middle, that's like 8.5% a piece. Like, that is 8.5% a piece. I think that it's not a bad deal to give up 8.5% and still own 42% or whatever it is, if they own all of it.
Yeah, I look at Lori, man. She's the, it's gonna be out there with her.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna make sure it's everywhere, especially because if she can spray it right in her mouth and she trusts it, like, that's going a long way. And I look, as a guy with 2 little kids, and I know you got a few kids yourself there, Chip, right?
Yeah, I have a son.
I think I've thought a lot. Like, I never used to think about, like, oh, we spray, for bugs and stuff like that around the outside. And then I'm like, my kids are crawling around, they're dropping stuff on the floor, like. I don't know. I've kind of used it a lot more sparingly, and now that we have a dog too, it's like I can't. I don't want to be causing cancers down the road here because, like, dropping stuff on the floor and then eating it.
Ownership did that, and I can do that for you.
I saw the greed here, Lori, and I'm really ashamed that she would do that to you here. Here's how I'll fix this for you. I'll give you a
He's
loan.
gonna royalty
It doesn't
deal.
cost you anything. It's a loan.
Yep.
All right. It's $400,000 for 3 years. It has 10% interest on it, and
Okay.
I want my equity of 5%. All right.
Anybody can give you money, but they can't get you
I
into
am your
retail.
banker. Not anybody. I'm Mr. Wonderful.
Who
And at the
can't
end of
get
the
you
day,
into
at the end of the day,
retail.
respects your equity, as Lori doesn't. Mine is 12% less expensive because I believe you'll pay back my loan. You got a $2 million order tomorrow from a very large retailer. You're going to roll it out to 80% of their stores. How are you going to fund that? Well, loan.
They're gonna fund
Loans,
it.
right? So that brings up a great point. Mr. Wonderful's deal is a lot better than Lori's. It but depending on, is Kevin going to care about his 5% after he gets his money back? Right, and that's the question. So Damon already set the table with that, right? Like, why are you asking for 7%? Because no one's going to get out of bed for that. Like, we're not, we're going to have a small piece, and you're going to have to grow this thing so astronomically big for me to make a return on it that it's just not going to be worth it. So let's see if they still haven't talked about if they own 100% of the company yet.
Okay.
Right
Because
here.
they're going to do the deal with me.
Right here.
I have made more millionaires here in the tank in less than a year with my deals. I'm certain that I will make you a millionaire.
I am certain too that she will make them a millionaire.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, okay. What you may not know, besides the brands that I started, I also am the major shareholder of John Paul Select's Word Global. Not only do we sell it over the internet, but also we have direct distribution to major stores throughout different parts of the world. Now, for that $400,000, if you will go 20%, if Lori is all for it, I'll split with her 50-50. You've got two people in that industry.
The only concern is, though, that that's valuing the company at less than our current sales.
But you have.
What did you guys just learn? Now you have two greedy pigs, not one.
What if I give you 500,000 for 20%? And Mark is staying quiet, so hopefully he'll keep his pie hole shut and do a deal.
Mark is staying quiet, probably because Mark has got something up his sleeve here. So with at 20%, I mean that's not that does kind of respect the the valuation there, but it's still I think that's a little bit lower. Definitely. I'm like pretty confident that's still quite a. Actually, it's quite a bit lower. Never mind.
Yeah.
Math is power, guys. Math is power.
About something more in the range of 500 for 10%.
$5 million valuation.
I mean, we're sweetening the pot here.
But you also want us to work for you, and you're not valuing that.
Yeah.
We're going to be at 3 million.
Right, we believe in you, but I think you have 3 offers on the table.
So before we find out whether or not they're going to take one of those deals, Chip Baker, tell the super entrepreneurs who you are, what you do, and how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, Chip Baker. I'm a 4th-generation educator, teacher, former coach. I have a YouTube channel that started over 4 years ago, YouTube channel podcast, Chip Baker, The Success Chronicles, where I interview people from all walks of life and share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. And I can be contacted on all my social medias at Chip Baker TSC, which is The Success Chronicles, or my podcast is Chip Baker 19. So go check out some of the positive inspiration and motivation. Go get it.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn how you can grow your profit, grow your business with me, Super Joe Pardo, go over to superjoepardo.com, get my free Profit Rocket Guide. It's a free PDF that you can get if you scroll down a little bit on the superjoepardo.com website. If you want to get at me, either drop a comment below. I am always in the comments, not 24/7, but like 18/7, something to that effect, and or at Super Joe Pardo on all social media. Let's see if they decide to make a deal here.
All the companies we invest in, regardless of which shark, get an immediate trajectory out of the gate. You have to give up something for that, my friend, no matter who you go with. This is the Shark Tank. There's nothing else like it on Earth.
Well, that's not totally true. There's Shark Tanks in every other country, but apparently every other country's mostly suck. So according to what I've heard, Dragon's Den is probably the closest thing to being as good as Shark Tank in America. But yeah, for the most part, apparently it's not as good.
Kevin has said equity.
What are you going to do?
Oh, Lori's talking there.
Listen, guys, here's the thing. JP and I have revised our offer. It's $400,000 for 17%.
Yeah.
We already know when you talk to Mr. Wonderful.
That's what
that
she
you don't
offered.
want just money. You want
Yeah, but now they're getting 2 sharks, so it's diluting her share
Got
down,
you.
right? So
Got
yeah,
you.
17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So you're in a position at that point to still stay in control of the company. They haven't said how much they own. I assume at this point they probably own most of it, or else it probably would have came up, especially with Damon kind of sniffing around, like, hey, like what are you looking to get out of this? Why is you still only own, trying to push the percentage down as much as possible? Do you not own enough of the company to do this? So to me so far, that's a great offer. I think Kevin's deal still isn't bad if they're just looking for cash and some advisory from Kevin, but I think if you really want Lori to get to be that involved at 8.5%, like you're doing it. You're doing it. Don't worry about the money. Don't let the money get blindsided.
You got to jump on that.
Yes. Yeah. Let's come on, get it.
Partners that will take you to the top. Now close your eyes and think about it.
You got a good product, works really great, but you're gonna have a lot of competition. It's not just a clear-cut deal, guys.
So basically what Lori just said and JP confirmed, close your eyes and let me screw you. That's basically what happened.
Oh wow.
I don't think that's the case at all.
Generous. We
No.
haven't heard from Mark yet. We would like to hear from him just out of respect to everybody.
Mark, tell them what you're thinking.
I'm willing to do $800K
Oh.
for the 20%. But what I'd like to do is see Lori come in, because I think Lori in QVC is a hero. That's why I'd like to work with Lori. So
So is JP in the deal?
no, just Lori and I. And if Lori wants to, where it's $800K against 20%.
Whoa.
I think giving them 800 is too high.
I'm going to throw you a lifeline here. You obviously don't want to take a loan, so I'm going to change my deal. I'll give you the 400K for 17%.
That's what I said.
Silence, please. I'm making an offer. I'll give you the 400K for 17%. After you pay me back my 400 at any schedule you want, you take back 10% of the equity back to yourself.
Very interesting.
I'm gonna
Wow.
make you the same offer.
Wow. Okay.
Originality either.
So wait, so Lori, so just with Lori or
She
with
just
Mark,
flipped.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, well, maybe she would still do the deal with Mark, but I mean, if she's willing to go down 7%, I mean, she's giving up a 1.5% at that point, and having to put in a lot more money to get it. I don't know. Just a line of credit, I think, would be enough to get this, done, right? So you do 400,000. Maybe you push them up to 10%, and you give them a line of credit of like 200 grand or something, and go from there.
Lori, ran over JP like a scurvy dog. I think that if you want to do something together, because I think they shouldn't ignore somebody who's been selling products and chemicals for years. If you want to come in half with me on that, we'll do it. 500,000 for 20%.
That's expensive. I don't like it.
Yeah, I would do that with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that with you.
All right.
That's tough.
I would love to hear an offer from Mark, from Lori, that looks something like 500 for 10.
As much as I love partnering with Mark,
Oh, come on.
on this one, I don't need him. And besides, the amount of work that I know I will have to put in, I want to go lightning fast. So I like the offer that I gave you.
I'd like to
Yeah.
do this with a strategic partner like
I mean, that's literally for what they asked for, right? They have no debt, so what are they worried about? I guess what they're
Right.
worried about is at the end of the day, they're still only netting 5% or 7%. So at that rate, it does make it a little difficult to necessarily pay that loan back. But what just one of these sharks could offer is getting their costs down, so that they could potentially make more profit, and hopefully push that. I'm sure they probably push that price up, because they can't survive like that forever.
Yeah.
Even being debt free, you're just like, they're like, oh, how are we going to fund these other things? Well, we don't have any debt, so we'll just take on debt. And it's like, okay, but that's when you're not making. Right, you're not making the margin to be able to to continue to push that down. You're always going to be behind the 8 ball. Most companies have debt, but most companies have higher profit margins, so that they can also afford to have said debt.
I think a big thing too is I just keep going back to having Lori on the team. I mean, it's a tremendous upside for whatever you're doing in that market, because she's the guru in that.
Absolutely.
I'm out.
Oh, Mark's out. Okay.
This is a defining moment. So think carefully, because you don't want to walk out of here having an oh no moment. Oh no, what did I just do? What did I just
Why are
do?
you not just taking Lori up on her deal? Like, she took the deal. Just take Lori up on that deal. Like, it's great. You're gonna get your 7%, and hopefully, ding ding, you'll get your profit margin up.
Lori and Kevin have the same offer. A $400,000 loan for 17% equity that drops to 7% when the loan is paid back. Damon and John Paul teamed up.
Not to
offer
mention,
$500,000.
they're going to have to raise the price, because in order for them to be able to sell in retail, they got to be able to make money, and if if their cost is way too high, they're not going to be able to. They're going to get pinched, and they got to pay for that retail shelf space in a lot of cases, especially in the supermarkets and stuff. So it makes it a very, very difficult if they don't push that price up.
For a 20% stake.
All the offers are on the table. What are you going to do?
Come on.
Would you like to?
Lori?
Let's do it.
Great.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, back in the before pre-COVID days where we could hug people. That's awesome.
Is going to be a household name. Lori will get us there so much faster.
She will. So let's see where they've been up to since this. Right, we'll pull up their website here. So they have a whole line of different soaps and laundry detergents, bath cleaner. Let's see what their price is. So what's their all-purpose cleaner, right? The Better Life. Actually, that looks like the same bottle. Like they haven't even changed much in the way of that. So it's $6.99 now for their all-purpose 32-ounce cleaner instead of $5.99. So I'm assuming that they were able to push their costs down to a point. Now, a big thing here I want to point out. Look at this: 761 reviews. 5 stars. Ding, ding. That is not an easy feat. I really want to get back on using their products. I think we might have ordered it in the beginning and then got away from it, but we need to get back to using their products. Oh, this is on sale for wipes for $5.99, cleaning wipes. They actually have them in stock, and that's another thing. Is like I wonder how they did through COVID. They probably killed it.
Ooh, yeah.
Probably killed it. So that's also. Any final thoughts, Chip, before we wrap up here?
No, man. Enjoyed the experience. Enjoyed hanging out with you.
Awesome. Well, if you've enjoyed this experience, if you've enjoyed hanging out with us, with Chip Baker, myself, Super Joe Pardo, please feel free to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video into the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. Make sure you get subscribed so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video. I will see you in the next video. Take care.